Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? I wanted to jump on and kind of say hi. I didn't really record anything yesterday, mainly because I just haven't been feeling like recording, but thought I would record today. I've made a pretty good dent in Johanna Hedva's Your Love Is Not Good. I'm finding it so fascinating, both because it's written in these kind of vignette and essay style forms. Hedva touches on such a mixture of gender and equality and these questions of duality, but also questions of what does it mean to be mixed raced? What does it mean to be a woman? What does it mean to be a woman who wants to create work about other women? Yeah, it's really interesting. There's like so many connections of and that remind me of when I was in art school and the kind of conversations you would have with friends, like in the hallways or just passing through, and the critiques you would hear. And so it's fascinating, and I'm loving it, and I love how she's bringing light to questions and conversations that we rarely hear about, and so it's kind of nice to be able to witness this. But I will say, why is the main character so attracted to this white woman who she's called Twin, who is just feels like a basic art girl? And like, here you are, this complicated duality of everything, of nations, of identity, of culture. Even within your practice, you're questioning the connection between whiteness and blackness, and then you're heavily attracted to the thing that you question the most. I'm like, that, and she's also straight. That's the thing. I'm like, how are you as a queer woman attracted to like the thing that is like that shouldn't be that? Hedva does a really beautiful job, and I'm really enjoying it because it's leading me to question things in relation to identity. And I recently read an article today about Tom Finland's work and kind of the racist undertones. I'll attach it within the description below, but I found it really fascinating, and it really kind of intrigued me, and also it just brought me to question ideas of masculinity, the ideas of race, the ideas of connection, and also how so much of sexuality is perpetuated towards a kind of white cis audience, and yet we continuously kind of ignore any other voices when they come to kind of bring into questions about those big topics, which I feel like we should be having those conversations and hearing those voices shed light on those things. But yeah, I loved that article. It just, as much as I love Tom Finland's work, this really kind of gave a new look onto kind of his work itself. And then there was a great podcast by Bad Gays who focused episode on Tom Finland and on kind of debunking his obsession with being kind of a white American man and kind of following into these kind of hyper masculine tropes, and unpacking his work and unpacking kind of the multitudes of levels within his obsession of kind of whiteness and whitewashing gay culture during that time. So yeah, just a lot of really interesting things. I don't know. It's been fascinating to be able to find readings that and just connections of all these little things that seem to be like succinctly connected to each other, but all bringing into questions of race, culture, identity, the diaspora experience of kind of otherness. So yeah, that's my big update within reading. I'm really enjoying what I've been reading and listening to, so thought I would share that. What else? I don't really have much to do today. I was going to work on some periodical samples, but just haven't really been feeling it. I am going to work on a word mark for my friend Michael. We're doing a collaborative project together, and so I just want to make a good dent on the word mark and finish up a couple of letters, print out a test to see kind of how the scale and proportion is looking, and go from there. Other than that, I think I might watch a movie later tonight and call it a day. Yeah, today's been kind of relatively slow. There hasn't really been much updates for the job hunt after last week's kind of marathon of interviews and calls and applications. This week feels relatively slow, so I'm going to kind of enjoy and embrace the pace of it and try not to kind of overwhelm myself with how slowness tends to make me feel worried that something might happen, so it might not. So I'm going to be enjoying that. And yeah, okay, that's all I have to update you guys on. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
If I'm in London, I can do like a day in my life traveling in London.
Else feels this way, but somehow I feel very
Attention customers. Line 4, Shygirl, no service between Young Shannon Station and Downhill Station, as power has...
Good afternoon. Yeah, happy Wednesday. I thought I'd jump on. I just came back from meeting my friend Sohi for some coffee. We used to work together, and so it was nice to kind of play catch up and talk about where we feel like our designs are going, where we feel like our careers are kind of heading, what we want from design. It was nice to see her. We got to stop at ABC Books. I was on the lookout for this Shirley Jackson Haunting of Hill House. Did not find it. It's been relatively hard to find any Shirley Jackson in vintage stores, so I'm gonna keep a lookout for that. But then there was this additional like queer photography book, all focused on the male nude. So beautiful, but like the price just was a little too high to get, so I didn't. I was kind of most of the afternoon was spending some time with her, going through the bookshop, then heading home. Now I'm home, and then later tonight I'm gonna go see a movie with my friend Christian. It's this French techno film. Kind of excited for it. Apparently the whole score is done in techno, so very much my kind of vibe of a movie. Yeah, that's really kind of all I have to update you on. I unfortunately got 2 rejection letters. One was in the morning, and then one literally came in just as I walked into my unit and it literally sucked. Like, when you get one every kind of like other week or so, I understand, like, that's just the nature of the game. Getting like 2 back to back, it's like such a hit, not just on the ego, but just you, I don't know, it starts eating away at you, and like instantly, like standing like in the middle of the doorway, I just like, I felt so much guilt, and I felt so just sad, and it's like a part of me just doesn't know what to do anymore, or if it's like even worth persisting in this career. And it's like, I don't know, I start questioning my skills, start questioning like, what did the other candidates, how that they did bring on to interviews, and what did I not have? And it's like, yeah, it's tough. And I get very discouraged, and even in getting that message, my first reaction was like, I just want to cancel plans and like crawl into bed. And unfortunately, I know that's not the healthy option. That's me kind of attuning to the sadness and like just avoiding life, which isn't fair. I think these are all things that are out of my control, and I shouldn't have to avoid my day-to-day living just because I got 2 rejection letters. Technically 3, but the third one was a referral, but that referral kind of didn't really go anywhere, so I'm not counting that one. But the 2 that did respond were like hardcore no's, and it's just like, fuck them for sending me no's, even though I know that's their job, but like, fuck them, and fuck them for making me feel like absolute shit, and then having me question my worth as a creative, my worth as a designer, my like skill set. And it's like, what do these places want then, if it's like not, if I'm not adhering to the resume style, if I'm not adhering to the work that I'm showing, then what do you fucking want? It's just a piss off. And I know I'm like rambling on about this, and I apologize like to you guys, because this is meant to be me talking about books, but also these vlogs or intimate moments of capturing are also me trying to kind of showcase my vulnerability and just this journey that I'm on with being a creative and also being unemployed. But yeah, I'm just, the hit is hard, and I know I'll be fine by tomorrow, but I'm just kind of discouraged, and part of me is like taking that so internally, blaming myself for it, and the other part understands that like all of these things are so out of my control that it's also on them and on capitalism and on just like how this stupid fucking machine that we've created to build money is a broken system, and it's just like, it's annoying, but I'm trying, and I'm remaining like, no, I don't want to say I'm remaining positive, I'm just reminding myself to be like, one bad thing can't outweigh all the beautiful good things that I've done in this world. And I know this is just a blimp in the bigger picture of everything, but it's like, me currently in the present moment, I just feel like absolute ass, and really doubting myself. But yeah, that's my little tangent and catch up. been really enjoying, though, reading Your Love Is Not Good by Johanna Hedva, but I've lately been kind of putting it down more, and I feel like I need to start reading 2 books at the same time, one fiction and one non-fiction, because I find that, like, lately I've been getting bored. I don't know if anyone else has been having that issue with reading, but I typically don't like reading 2 books at a time, but maybe it's something I should give a try, just to kind of let my brain find those, like, different pockets to kind of grab onto and enjoy. But yeah, it's really kind of all I have to update you guys on. Just gonna go and work on this vlog and then head out to the movie. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye guys.
У меня была его пластинка.
That. Last week I read The Alienist.
Good afternoon. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday. I wanted to jump on and kind of recap how the week and weekend was, because I haven't done one of these sit down in front of the camera in a minute, so here I am playing recap. Also, I've taken note, and I hope that the sound quality is better now. I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. Still not sure, so I'm just troubleshooting a couple of things, and hopefully this is working better. But yeah, let's start. Wednesday, I met up with friends. We watched Sirât. It's this beautiful French techno film. All of us kind of just left the film very anxious. It was not what we were expecting, and I think that's the kind of beauty, and it's amazing to see a film like that, especially from a director who this was his first film. And yeah, no notes. I appreciate the score. I appreciate the cinematography, the styling. It was just all fantastic. Also on Wednesday, I managed to get 2 rejection letters, which kind of bummed me out, which then led me to kind of spiral and just kind of be very numb for most of the week. Thursday, I really didn't do anything or kind of get out of bed. Friday, I thought I had enough energy, so I met up with my friend Michael, and we just got to have a nice little chat and build on a project that we're collaborating on together. So very excited for that one. Saturday, I ended up going to my ceramics class. most of the class was just spent trimming the leather dry clay. I will say I had a couple of accidents, and you can probably see in the clip that there were 2 former bowls that turned into little jagged edged bowls. I had too much pressure on the pedal, and it's all kind of like one of those things where if you add just a little bit too much speed to the wheel, something goes off. And so I added too much speed, and then my trimming tool kind of caught on to the bowl, which then led it to fly off, and it dropped on the floor, it cracked. Long story short, that was the result. But it's okay. It's all a learning curve, and after 8 weeks of figuring all these steps out for ceramics and for the wheel, and to center the clay, and to open the clay, and to trim the clay, I'm happy with the results that I have for these pots and bowls and my 1 cup, which wasn't that successful, but still a cup. Yeah, that was Saturday. Sunday, I got to hang out with my mom. We went to the Art Gallery of Ontario, which also known as the AGO, and we got to see the new Paul McCartney exhibit, which was just his time touring with the Beatles. And it was really interesting because he's not a professional photographer at all, but there's just this, he has such a passion and love for photography, and he wanted to document his time on tour during 1963 to 1965. And it was so crazy. Like, here these guys are in their 20s, and it was just these beautiful, intimate moments, and they were just figuring things out. And it was just such a nice way to look at photography, and just how much passion he had for capturing these moments, and just seeing their exhaustion, but also seeing their excitement, and getting kind of a lens into what stood out for him and why he wanted to capture that moment. There was a lot of model photos that he also kind of shot when they were in Paris, I think. And those were some of my favorite ones, where it was just, they felt so intimate, and they felt so just like raw. But yeah, that was Sunday. We didn't really do much afterwards. We got a coffee, and that was about it. And now we're here. It's Monday. Happy Monday. I don't really have much else to kind of catch you up on in regards to life besides those 2 rejection letters. I am really appreciative of all the new followers that have joined Floppy Tops. I promise I will adhere and push for more exciting reading content. And my tag video is coming shortly. I just have to finish answering one question and then record myself reading through the answers that I've provided for the questions that Sophie has tagged me in. Yeah, that's kind of pretty much it. I'm going to finish up this vlog today. I think I'm probably gonna watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's a little bit of my comfort show at the moment, mainly because why not watch 50 to 60-year-old women get catty and call each other bitches, which honestly most of them have nothing to worry about, but it's quite funny to watch. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I hope you guys are reading some beautiful books, listening to some incredible music, and watching some fantastic films. If you have anything you want to recommend, please leave it in the comments below. I always love hearing from you guys, but also getting new recommendations. I find that as readers or just as creative people, we want to research more, and it's so nice to kind of see what other people are gravitating towards and finding those kind of connections that are so much out of our control, but we all kind of have these like interlocking webs. And so please leave a comment below. Please talk about what you're reading, talk about what you're watching, and talk about what you're listening. I'd love to hear it. That's really all I have. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you soon. All right, bye guys.
A hub before, and while publishers were always really generous with me, a lot of times people would email me and then be like, oh, I can't actually send you anything.